Dear listener, I describe you mind-bending experiments on perception, how our brains shape reality, so please complete listen my audiobook and subscribe my channel. Thanks for more my research work. Thanks. Have you ever seen an illusion that made you question your eyes, or heard a sound that changed depending on what you were looking at? The way we perceive reality isn't always accurate. Scientists have conducted mind-bending experiments to understand how our brains interpret the world, and some of the results are truly astonishing. Let us explore some of the most famous perception experiments and what they reveal about how we experience reality. 1. The rubber hand illusion. Can you feel a fake hand? One of the strangest experiments on perception is the rubber hand illusion. Scientists place a realistic-looking rubber hand in front of a person while hiding their real hand. Then, both the fake hand and the real hand are stroked at the same time with a brush. After a short while, people start to feel the touch on the rubber hand instead of their real hand. What this means: our brain trusts what it sees more than what it feels. This experiment shows how the brain can be tricked into owning something that isn't part of our body, proving that our sense of self is flexible. 2. The McGurk Effect. Seeing can change what you hear. Imagine watching a video of a person saying "ba," but their lips are moving as if they're saying "fa." Surprisingly, your brain hears "fa" even though the actual sound is still "ba." This is known as the McGurk Effect, discovered by psychologist Harry McGurk. What this means: our senses work together, and sometimes vision overrides hearing. This explains why lip reading is important and why we sometimes mishear words in noisy places. 3. The invisible gorilla. How much do we actually see? In a famous 1999 experiment, researchers Christopher Shabers and Daniel Simons asked participants to watch a video of people passing a basketball and count the number of passes. Halfway through the video, a person in a gorilla suit walked through the scene. Shockingly, many participants never noticed it. What this means: our brains focus on what we expect to see and can completely ignore unexpected things. This is called inattentional blindness and explains why people sometimes miss obvious details, even when they are right in front of them. 4. The Ames room. How your brain creates size illusions. An Ames room is a specially designed room that looks normal from a certain angle, but in reality, it is distorted. When people stand at different parts of the room, one appears much bigger than the other, even though they are actually the same size. What this means: our perception of size and distance is influenced by visual cues. This explains why objects can look bigger or smaller depending on their surroundings. 5. Change blindness. How easily we miss changes. In another surprising experiment, people were asked to watch a video where small details changed, like the color of a shirt or the presence of an object. Most people didn't notice the changes unless they were specifically told to look for them. What this means: our brains don't process everything in a scene. Instead, we take in just enough details to understand the situation. This is why magicians and pickpockets can trick us so easily. 6. The dress. Blue and black or white and gold. In 2015, a simple photo of a dress broke the internet. Some people saw it as blue and black, while others saw white and gold. Scientists discovered that it depended on how a person's brain interpreted the lighting in the image. What this means: perception is not the same for everyone. Our brains adjust colors based on lighting, and two people can see the same thing differently. 7. The phantom limb sensation. Feeling what isn't there. People who have lost a limb often still feel sensations from the missing limb. This is known as phantom limb syndrome. Scientists have used mirrors to trick the brain into thinking the missing limb is still there, which can sometimes relieve pain. What this means: the brain doesn't need physical input to create sensations. It can generate pain, touch, and movement even when the body part is gone. 8. Hallucinations and sensory deprivation. When people spend time in complete darkness or silence, their brains start creating images and sounds that don't exist. This happens because the brain expects input from the senses, and when it doesn't get any, it starts making things up. What this means, our perception of reality is built by our brains. In the absence of input, the brain fills in gaps with its own creations. 9. Time slows down in emergencies. Have you ever felt like time slowed down during an accident? Scientists have found that in high-stress situations, the brain processes more details, making it feel like time is stretching. What this means, time perception is not fixed. Our brain adjusts it based on how much information we are processing. 10. Synesthesia, when senses mix. Some people experience synesthesia, a condition where one sense triggers another. For example, they might see colors when they hear music or taste words. What this means, the brain's sensory pathways are interconnected. Some people's brains blend these pathways, creating a unique perception of the world. Conclusion: reality is a construct. These experiments show that our perception of reality is not as solid as we think. Our brains are constantly making guesses, filling in gaps, and even changing what we see and hear based on past experiences. So next time you experience an illusion or mishear something, remember it's just your brain doing its best to interpret the world. Reality isn't always what it seems. Dear listener, this is my research work. If you like, please like, subscribe and share my channel, and have any question please comments me. Thanks from Relax Audiobook.